Thank you, Madam Speaker. For purposes of debate only, I yield the customary 30 minutes to the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Diaz-Balart. All time yielded in consideration of the rule is for purpose of debate only. And I yield myself such time as I may consume. I also ask unanimous consent that all members be given 5 legislative days within which to revise and extend their remarks.
Without objection, so ordered.
I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized for such time as he may consume.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today as a member of the Rules Committee and also as a member of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee in strong support of H.R. 3288, the fiscal year 2010 Transportation HUD Appropriations Act, H.R. Res. 669. It provides for consideration of H.R. 3288 under a structured rule. The rule provides 1 hour of general debate controlled by the Committee on Appropriations. The rule makes an order a total of 23 amendments, each of which is debatable for 10 minutes. The rule also provides 1 motion to recommit with or without instructions. Madam Speaker, housing and transportation are 2 areas that must be priorities for Congress, especially when the economy slows, because we get a double return on our investment. As we have seen with the recovery bill, investment in infrastructure not only generates economic recovery by putting people back to work, but those construction jobs strengthen our transportation system and improve our housing stock. We not only put people to work, but we also get something in the long run. We get better roads, we get safer transportation, we get better housing. That is critically important. Some of the members of the Transportation Infrastructure Committee would have liked to see a greater percentage of the funding in the Recovery Act go towards infrastructure spending. And indeed, we have seen that of all the funding included in the bill, the transportation funding has resulted in savings and creating jobs faster than we even expected. The Transportation HUD Appropriations Bill continues this investment and our commitment to utilize all of the tools available to continue this economic recovery that has already begun to take hold. Included in H.R. 3288 is $41.1 billion to improve and repair our nation's aging highway infrastructure. The bill includes more than $10 billion for Federal Transit Administration, which will help transit agencies meet increased public demand for mass transit. This not only provides more transportation options to Americans during tough economic times, it also decreases traffic congestion, reduces our dependence on foreign oil and greenhouse gas emissions. This bill adds another $4 billion to develop and construct a national system of high-speed rail, building on the commitment we begun in the recovery bill. This is the first major investment in transportation since the 1960s. High-speed rail moves more people at a lower cost, at a faster speed, and with less impact on the environment than does road transportation. We have developed the most advanced highway and aviation systems in the world over the last 60 years, but in comparison, the train system in our nation, in nations such as Germany, France, and even China, have clearly exceeded what we have done here in America. Speaking from experience of my own delegation, the members that represent Upstate New York, we have committed to working in a bipartisan effort to make high-speed rail a reality across Upstate New York. We have done so because we realize that numerous benefits that the improvement in our transportation system will have as a result of high-speed rail, not only for Upstate New York, but for the nation as a whole. Just as we saw over a century ago with the construction of the Erie Canal, streamlining the movement of people and goods along the corridor between the eastern seaboard in Chicago, the freight gateway to the West Coast, will benefit the cities at both ends and also the cities across the country through which the line runs. Madam Speaker, this is just a sampling of the important programs and initiatives that the Transportation HUD Appropriations Act will fund in fiscal year 2010. I urge my colleagues to support this rule and the underlying bill. Thank you, and I reserve the balance of my time.